Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. And as we begin the show, and it's 11:36, the stock market is down nearly 1,000 points. Started with the futures. Trump gave a great speech in Atlanta. I usually don't watch his speeches. I've heard it all before. But I wanted to watch this one in light of the Kamala entering the race. It was great. Typical Trump. Trump being Trump. It's a great speech. Kamala, who is she going to pick as vice president? We don't know yet. We'll see. They're going to have a big event in Philadelphia tomorrow. All right, 9/11 deal. They pulled it because these guys didn't get the death penalty. So they got a lot of hell raised against them, and they pulled it. Kremlin swap. They get 8, we get 2. Man, Joe Biden and Kamala are pretty bad deal makers. Chevron moving out of California headed to Texas. This is unbelievable. They've had enough of California. You know those 4 bullies that beat that kid to death? Killed him. They're not getting hardly any punishment at all. A plea deal. Didn't even consult with mom. And remember what I said, look at those kids. They're not juveniles. We have to change the juvenile code. We need to probably make juveniles 13 or 12. You know what? A 16-year-old punk is an adult these days. I'm just saying. All right, Bill Gates was apparently so creepy, Microsoft tried to keep him away from the women. Johnson says Speaker Johnson says 16 million, not 10 million have come across our border. How can anybody vote for Kamala? Makes no sense to me. Well, apparently there's a big scandal. Cash keeps going to the Taliban. Billions of dollars gets funneled to the UN to Taliban. It's insane. New Zealand dumps the Green Deal. Why? Because they want their economy to get going again. Saline is a shortage at hospitals. That's not good. Saline. Shortage. Only under Kamala. Tim Scott got married to a designer in South Carolina. Congratulations to Tim Scott. Small ceremony. Arizona had the biggest fentanyl pill bust in history. Billions of dollars are worth. Crazy. Trump says Google's bad. I love the way he says bad. Very bad. They might get shut down because they're bad. Very bad. Coke had to pay a $6 billion tax hit after losing in tax court. I love this guy. This guy says beer's going up, costing too much money. He called beer the working man's Gatorade. I love that phrase. Intel laying off 15,000 people after getting $8.5 billion from the government. Nothing like corporate welfare. Dug him off, the creep himself, Kamala's husband. Boinked the nanny, got her pregnant. That's how his first marriage ended. What did Trump call him? A creepy Jew. Florida deputy killed in a shootout when they tried to serve a warrant. Very sad. Kamala. I tell you, I did a Facebook Live about her. Anybody that votes for Kamala in light of her record, I don't understand it. Jimmy Carter says he wants to make it to November so he can vote for Kamala. Vote early, Jimmy. Jackie Robertson statue, the guy that stole the Jackie Robertson statue, 15 years. Now listen, I think the guy ought to be punished. 15 years? That's insane. Karl Rove is trying to do all he can to try to influence the Republican process. He hates Trump, saying he thinks Kamala's moved in the lead. I hate Karl Rove. Look at that fat-cheeked bastard. Chinese Mar-a-Lago. This guy tried to get into Mar-a-Lago. You know, he was up to no good. They got him, though. Kyle Rittenhouse said he would never vote for Trump. After talking to Trump's changed his mind. Oops. Boy, his world was about to end, wasn't it? All those MAGA people. Kyle, you better stick with MAGA. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a reeky, hell-hated polecat like Doug Emhoff. Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Independence, my hometown, is working on their cannabis recreation regulations. It'll be interesting. The Drawbridge site, the former site of the Drawbridge, is going to have an assisted living facility and other neat things. It's been vacant since the destruction of Oldenburg and Drawbridge. I hated to see all of it. Kentucky poll workers, the Kentucky Secretary of State, Mike Adams, has got a portal to try to recruit more Kentucky poll workers. Ohio rec cannabis. Apparently they start selling it tomorrow. Burglar went into a dead woman's place after she died as soon as the body was taken out. The neighbor noticed the blinds got shut, called the police, and he got busted. Stealing from an 80-year-old dead woman. Boone County SWAT was called to Hebron because this guy held a woman against her will. You know what she complained about? His drinking. So ladies, do not complain about your man drinking or you might have SWAT come. The FBI is investigating ARC. This is the drug rehab pain place, everything else, in Louisville. They're all over the state. Winton Place shooting. Yep, another shooting at Winton Place. Luke Combs sold out not one, but 2 nights, Friday and Saturday night at Paycor Stadium. I got a buddy of mine that went both nights. Fancy Farm was this past weekend. Yes, Old Crow showed up. I've been being nice to Mitch McConnell. I apologize, Senator. Senator Mitch McConnell spoke. Some congressmen spoke. The state office holders spoke. Now, many Democrats spoke. There were 1,000 people there. Around the state. I mean, it's not even near as big as Fancy Farm, but it gets all the state press. Nothing like tradition. Kentucky cursive's required now. Teach those kids right. I have the best cursive handwriting there is when I take my time. Chad Dorman was allowed to plead guilty for 3 consecutive life sentences for killing his 3 kids. If he wasn't mental, how do you not kill that guy? He killed all 3 of his children, and Ohio taxpayers got to pay the housing for the rest of his life? Makes no sense. And St. Henry's going to begin football for the first time. Go Crusaders. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello there, Jamie Spindley here. You're watching Eric Deters World News, today's top stories. Thousands of protesters in Dakar stormed the residence of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, celebrating on camera after violent unrest killed dozens the previous day. Mount Etna's eruption in Sicily caused significant flight disruptions at Catania Airport due to ash and smoke, grounding planes for most of the weekend. In other news, Israeli strikes in Gaza has killed at least 44 Palestinians, targeted Hamas militants in Israel. A knife attack left 2 dead and 2 injured, prompting Western governments to advise their citizens to leave Lebanon with escalating regional tension. And in other news, Tropical Storm Debbie intensified into a hurricane and is expected to hit Florida's Big Bend region by midday. The National Hurricane Center warns of record rainfall and dangerous storm surges. That's the latest headlines. That's all I have for today. I will be back tomorrow. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. The United States Olympics teams are kicking ass in the medal category. They're leading all the countries in medals. Of course, we should be expected to do that, right? The Cincinnati Reds lost a series against San Francisco Giants. Now they start a series against the Marlins and Florida. The Reds have just struggling. Noah Lyles won by like 1/100,000th of a second. I watched this one. I haven't watched the Olympics, but I had it on and I watched this guy. Talk about life-changing. You win the gold medal. You're the fastest guy in the world. Kristen Faulkner, I watched her. She won the bicycling race. One of her teammates let her take her spot. She wasn't expected to win this, and she wins. The rapist was cheered when he lost, this Dutch guy that raped a girl, 12 years old. Why isn't the guy dead? Anyway, they cheered when he lost. Good for them. The White Sox broke a major league record. They've lost 20 in a row. United States women beat Germany 87-68. The scene is so polluted that Belgium dropped out of the triathlon and people are getting sick and everything else. That's disgusting. Andy Murray lost, and you know what he said? He didn't really like tennis anyway. He's retiring. That's funny. Scotty Scheffler won gold in golf and cried on the podium. Djokovic beat Alcatraz. Got the gold. I'm a joke guy. Ben Joyce of the Angels threw the fastest pitch this year, 104.5 miles per hour. I'd like to stand in the batter's box and see what that looks like. And the NFL Hall of Fame inducted a bunch of folks, including McMichael, the Great Bear, from his bed, from his home. He's passing away from ALS. Very sad, very sad, very sad. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American jury and Bulldog Nation, Elon Musk says with Neuralink, we're going to be like superheroes. You know what I'm thinking? If it works, I'm in. I want to be Neuralinked. Zac Efron was found motionless in a swimming pool in Spain. They pulled him out. He's apparently okay, left the hospital. And a lawyer was demonstrating, like on a 20-something floor of his office building, that the glass was not breakable, ran and hit against it. It crashed and he died. I would never do that. Ugh. And Aerosmith abruptly canceled their tour, and they say they're retired. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.